Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just moments away from that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch here in Game 2 between ICC and Co-Lin. If you're just now joining us, Co-Lin picked up the 4-3 win in the first game of the day as that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch coming your way at 4:52, and it's high for a ball. That's 4:52. Is that pitch in there for a strike? Ben Davis on the hill here for the Indians, the Mississippi State signee who has been on the injured reserve list for quite a while, getting his first start in a while. As that pitch in there for a strike, 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, as this is Bankston to start us off here. Fouls this one back, and we'll sit at 1-2. The Indians had their opportunities in Game 1, just couldn't come up with timely hits, and that's kind of been the tail of the tape for the Indians all season this year. As they await the 1-2 offering here, this pitch fouled back out of play, and we'll stay at 1-2 once again here with Bankston. Bankston, Jones, and Combe scheduled up here in the top of the first. And, looked pretty good, but caught a ball. 2-2 now is the count here to Bankston. So waiting the 2-2 offering here to Bankston. That one in the dirt. They're going to say, did he go? They said he did, so they're going to have to throw it down. And will be a strikeout with a 2-3 on the putout. I didn't think he went.
I didn't either. And
neither did anybody from Co-Lin. And if you ask an ICC fan and put him on a lie detector, they would say yes. But the ICC fan said, of course he went there.
Yeah, I sure didn't think he went, but that's not me. I thought he held back, and that was ball. But, again, good for the Indians. First out for the inning.
That pitch high for a ball, and that was technically a Renaissance Bank strikeout. Renaissance Bank, they are the bank that understands you. You can find out why by visiting RenaissanceBank.com. There's a flare down the right side. It goes foul. 1-2. Neither one of those is right. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Nobody on here to start the first. This is Game 2, scheduled for 7 innings here.
No matter what.
No matter what. As there's a line driver that's going to go for a base hit. So Jones will reach on a 1-out single. And a runner on first, and this will bring Combe to the plate. Yeah, the reason why we say no matter what, there is no run rule in 7 innings. So it could be 22-2.
Still playing.
Just play on. So 1 out and a runner at first. This is Combe, the number 3 batter, coming to the plate. This is that first pitch high. Snap throw down to first is not in time. as 1-0 is the count here to Cone. We'll give you the starting lineups for both squads in between the innings. 1-0 is the count. Runner at first with one out. Fastball. They say hi. 2-0 now is the count.
I mentioned in game one, of course, Ben was doing the DH duties, but he did pitch some this year already. He's got 4 appearances. Does have 3 wins, no losses, 20 innings pitched, 14 hits given up on 5 runs. That's ball
Runs
3.
inside, yep.
And he does have 8 walks to 25 Ks with a 1.80 ERA.
And those stats being brought to you by Samstown Market in Manatee. So 3-0 is the count here. Feel like the red light will be on, and it was. It is down the middle for a strike. 3-1 now is the count.
Yeah, the Indians have been eagerly awaiting Ben to return to the mound. Not that we haven't had some good pitching efforts, because we have, but just good to see Ben back out on the mound here for basically your second half. A little further in conference play is swing through right there for strike 2, full count.
As Brad mentioned, the count goes full now. 3-2 here, 1 out and a runner at first. We're at the top of the first, game 2 between ICC and Co-Lin. Indians trying to bounce back and earn a split here with the Wolves. Awaiting the 3-2 offering. Pitch on its way. Runner goes. A little hit and run action. Foul back, and we'll stay at 3-2. Well, Brad, other than the obvious, getting a hit, what needs to be the keys to victory here for ICC in Game 2?
Well, put together a strong pitching performance as Laney looks at me with the most god-awful face that I'm the biggest idiot on the world as I turn the air on. My apologies. I will turn it off shortly because I sure get cold. But
I saw that look, too.
Did you see it?
I almost unplugged it when I saw the look.
I about left the press box when I saw it. But, yes, a strong pitching performance. Want to see that from Ben. I know the Indians want to see that, too, coming back out. But as well as, you're right, timely hitting. See if we can start putting some hits together and driving in some runs here for the Indians. Get a lead early, too. You know, I mean, that's key on this Co-Lin squad if you can get a lead early. So, again, get up, get some energy going. Of course, we'll talk about lineups, but as the runner goes, that one's going to be popped up. But there's had some shifts in some lineups. That one's fouled back out of play. So, Coach Collier kind of doing a little different look in this game.
So that one does get out of play. We'll stay at a 3-2 count here. Those keys to victory through the eyes of Dr. Brad Boggs being brought to you by our friends over at Bank Okolona. Got locations serving you in Okolona, Manatee, Houston, Bruce, and the most recent opening on South Gloucester right there in Tupelo. So 3-2 is the count. 1 out and a runner at first. And runner goes. Throw is in time.
Knock him out, throw him out.
Beautiful play there for the Indians, as Brad mentioned. Strike him out, throw him out. That was the second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game, and then got caught stealing in that situation. So an unconventional 3-up, 3-down there in the top of the first. Brad, let's take a look at today's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups, and let's start with the Wolves as they come in with a record of 18-21 overall, 6-9 in conference play.
Leading off, Braden Bankston, shortstop. Batting second, Tucker Jones will be in center field. Hagan Combs, at first. We just saw him. That's batting third. Batting cleanup spot, J.D. Weed in left field. Batting fifth will be Brentley Berry, who will be playing second. Batting sixth, Jordan McKenzie will be at third. Batting in the seventh spot will be Sawyer Dunn, who will be DH today for the Co-Lin. Eighth spot will be Braden Evans, who will be behind the plate for Game 2. And batting in the ninth slot will be Isaac McClinty in right field. And on the mound for Co-Lin will be Connor Pittman.
That is your starting lineup there for the Wolves. And now starting lineup here for the Indians being brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. And the Indians hope they've got that same winning combination put together here in Game 2.
Yeah, leading off will be Jude Treadaway at short. Then batting second will be Jackson Settlemyers at second, playing second. Batting third, Stone Collier will be behind the plate again for Game 2. Batting in the cleanup spot, a little different look here. We got Ben Davis will be the pitcher DH in this game as well. And then, of course, batting fifth, Bo Rock at first. Batting sixth, Ty Wicker will be coming in playing second in game 2 here. Moving up, Hayden Roberts batting seventh, and he'll be in center field. Normally he's been batting in the 9 slot. Batting eighth will be Bryce Glenn, who'll be playing third. A little change there for the Indians, especially defensively, but looking at Bryce here at third instead of Jarrett Morris. And then batting in the 9th slot will be Walt Gardner, will be in the left field. Another look there to be different. As mentioned, Ben Davis will be on the hill for the Indians.
That's just one of those that Coach Collier trying to find a lineup he can put together that can start stringing together some hits here. So as it will be Treadaway, Settlemyers, and Collier scheduled up here in the bottom of the first. First pitch in there for a strike. Coach Shamley had a long conversation from distance with the home plate umpire in the exchange of the inning. Apparently was not too happy with how the inning closed there. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Clean throw over that's going to be an error.
Yep.
E6 as the throw drew the first baseman off the bag. So the Indians get a break to start there. But you had to go on with that. A couple of times the home plate umpire just put his hands up, said that's enough. And the Coach Shamley kept on until eventually the home plate umpire just stared out into the outfield. Said, if you're not going to stop, I'm going to stop listening.
Yeah, I'm not listening to you, and people do that to me all the time. I know that look, Adam.
Yeah, I would say I am very familiar with that as that pitch is fouled out of play. Is that a go for strike one here to Settlemyers? Matter of fact, most people start staring out in left field before they even start talking.
People are maybe doing that while me and you are on the broadcast right now, too.
Yes. We might need to get a sponsor for the mute button. So 0-1 is the count here. Settlemyers, as there's a snap throw over to first, not in time. So we mentioned a lot of shifting around defensively. Settlemyers in right field here in game 2. He's got an 0-1 count. Listen to that pitch, and it's low and inside for a ball.
Yeah, Connor Pittman, I mentioned him on the hill. He's the sophomore right-hander. He does have 10 appearances on the year for Co-Lin. He does have a 5-4 record, 2 complete games, as that one is driven into the gap, Adam. That's going to be trouble.
High, and it's out of here. A 2-run home run. Just what the Indians needed there to start the contest. He said get something positive early. Well, you can't get much more positive than that 2-run shot right there for the Indians.
Yeah, and that error came back to haunt Co-Lin right there. Not that they wouldn't have gotten 1 run off the home run, but instead now there's 2 on the board due to the error. So great start for the Indians and doing what we hoped that they would do is get a quick start here and putting 2 on the board here. So 1 hit and 2 runs and no outs right now. Stone Collier comes up, finishing out here on Mr. Pittman. 49 2/3 innings pitched, 42 hits given up, 25 runs, 19 walks, 60 Ks. So another one there with a good strike to walk ratio, K to walk ratio, 60 Ks, 19 walks, 3.81 ERA.
Those stats once again being brought to you by Samstown Market there in Mantachie. 2-0 is the count here to Collier as he fouls this one back. 2-1 now is the count.
Trying to look back, Stone had a big hit in that first game.
Double.
Big double, wasn't it?
Double. Unfortunately, nobody was on the base when he had that double, as I believe that was the first hit of the game. As time is taken here, there might be some confusion in the signals between the catcher and the dugout. That pitch finds the corner for a strike. 2-2 now is the count here to Collier.
Yeah, kind of a good-looking little slider there coming in from Pittman from Co-Lin there and catches the outside part of the plate.
There's a shot returned to Cinder right there, and Collier staying hot with the single right back up the middle for the Indians.
Yeah, he kind of dropped down. Pittman looks like he dropped down a little bit on that arm angle, and Stone Collier was able to send that ball back where it came from, right up the middle, and drove it directly over second base and gets that single. So, again, still no outs here, Adam. Indians 2-0 lead.
This is Ben Davis at the plate. He's the pitcher/DH. Listen to that first pitch low and outside for a ball. Well, we said part of our keys to victory was to get an early positive start here for the Indians, and it was a 2-run home run off the bat of Settlemyers. As that pitch in there for a strike, 1-1 now is the count here to Davis.
And Ben had a big double in game 1. Also had a walk, which drew an RBI in there as well.
So 1-1 now is the count. Dribbler up the middle. Second baseman should find it easy. Tosses over for 1. Are they going to turn 2? Yes, they will. And that'll be a 4-6-3 Little Caesars double play. And that's a big play there as that gets 2 outs on the board for the Wolves.
Yeah, it was a good pitch. Just kind of fisted him on the inside, small part of the bat, and he could just, all he could do was battle that thing off a little bit, and it went to second. And so easily get the double play ball there and gets 2 outs in the inning. That brings up you Bo Rock.
Rock swings on the first pitch he sees, pulls this one foul. 0-1 now is the count here to Bo. Well, the Indians need to bounce back as they were 2 games out to start the day from that final playoff spot. Slid back a game there. Co-Lin actually gained a game as they were 1 game out as this pitch lifted out to left field, and it's going to drop. And it's going to go for a Davis Ford double off the bat of Rock.
Yeah, big double right there. Bo stepping up in there and taking that pitch and driving it in the gap out there, left center. Reaches the wall, and so good job. So Indians still in business here in the bottom of the first with 2 outs, now a runner in scoring position.
And now this is going to bring up the second baseman Wicker to the plate with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position, as Brad just mentioned, after that Davis Ford double by Rock. Wicker looks at that pitch outside for a ball.
Gruesome.
I have no idea why they're fussing about that one. That was in the other batter's box.
Yeah, I don't know either. It was definitely outside, but I think people thought it was closer than it was. But, hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
They are.
Might as well call that one, too.
So if they want that last one, then that one's carbon copy. 2-0 now is the count. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second, ICC leading it 2-0 here in the bottom of the first after a 2-run home run by Settlemyers. So that pitch up and out. 3-0 now is the count.
Good eye by Ty Wicker. Good patience at the plate, seeing some pitches here, taking his time, waiting on that good pitch here. And I'm like you, Adam, I believe the red light will be on here.
And it was, and it's called a strike. So 3-1 now is the count.
Yeah.
And that one, yep, I like it. Caught the corner there. Wicker thought that might have been ball 4, but good job coming back and painting that outside corner.
Yeah, excellent job of that fastball coming back in right there. And like you said, paint the corner and runs the count to full. Got him
chasing one there as he did go back outside. And a beautiful Renaissance Bank strikeout there to end the inning first of the game there for Pittman. But ICC gets 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We'll take a break and be back with the top of the second right after this on the ICC Sports Network. Welcome back now as we head to the top of the second inning. ICC leads it 2-0 after a 2-run home run off the bat of Settlemyers. ICC left a runner in scoring position, But they did put runs on the board, and that's what we said, Brad. The Indians needed something positive early to build on.
Yeah, needed a quick start. They got it with the 2 runs in the first inning, and Co-Lin comes out swinging the bat on the first pitch, and J.D. Weed just kind of inside out that one over to the line, shots it over the second baseman there out in the right field for a single. So they lead off the inning here with and get their leadoff batter on.
So as Brad mentioned, Weed with that leadoff single. Now this will bring Barry to the plate. No outs and a runner at first here in the top of the second in game 2. So this is Barry. As that pitch missing for a ball.
Yeah, his first pitch ball. This is Brentley Berry up, who's the second baseman, as you mentioned. But the action he had, I don't think he played in the first. Yeah, he did. He played in the first game. He did have a big single.
Snap throw to first, not in time.
And then 3 ground outs after that for Berry.
Runner goes, little hit and run action, perfectly timed out there. But good job out there in left field to quickly get that one back in to keep the runner from advancing to third.
Yeah, a good line drive shot there by Berry to it was an outside pitch and drove it where it needed to go out into left field. And luckily there, of course, again, with our left fielder out there and Walt Gardner was able to cut that thing off pretty quickly there and keep the runner from advancing to third. Now Co-Lin's got something brewing here, Adam. No outs, runners at first and second. That's going to bring your corners in here and see if they're expecting possible bunt here and or a sack bunt or anything like that going to get to advance the runners.
McKenzie and
squares and takes strike 1.
I'm going to say this. I've never seen McKenzie bat before.
Ball 1. Thought he called that a strike.
Thought he did too.
Not
I don't
bad.
know. But anyway, I didn't watch McKenzie bat. Like watching McKenzie bat in the first game versus now, and I'll see if he does it again here. He might be tipping whenever he. Yep. As he tries to lay this bunt down, and it's going to be only one play, and that's going to be a successful sacrifice bunt.
Good dig over there by Bo. Bo dug that one out. Of course, good job by Bryce to field that one at third. Short hopped it there to Bo. Bo dug it out, got the out. That did advance your runners, though, to second and third with 1 out.
Well, McKenzie in the first game was not as exaggerated whenever he was rocking the bat back and forth. So noticing that bat, he got really exaggerated, and so it could be a way to tip off whenever he's getting set to try to do a sacrifice bunt, as this is going to be a foul ball out of play. Bunt worked either way. I mean, everybody knew in the ballpark it was coming, so. Runners on second and third. That foul ball by Dunn makes it a 0-1 count with 1 out.
And Dunn in the DH slot this game. Runners got a squeeze on.
Boy, we got a break there.
He got a piece of it. He squared away, and you had the squeeze on right there. And
I think if he don't hit that ball, the pitch would being up like that, Stone wouldn't be able to get the tag down. So we got a break.
We got a break right there that he of course, it was a squeeze play. And when you hit the squeeze, you got to do everything you can to get your bat on it. You can't pull back. So, anyway, Indians got a break right there. That was a breaking ball in the dirt. Good job by Stone right there to get his body, because you got a left-handed batter up there and Sawyer Dunn, right-handed pitcher, and that breaking pitch went in the dirt, just kind of went toward Dunn. So Stone, again, doing a great job in protecting and keeping that run from scoring at third.
So 1-2 is the count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, big out right there. Again, Indians got a break on that squeeze play, but it's the way it is. It's baseball, and it just happened that way. So able to foul tip that to just get a piece of it to where it was a foul ball, and so squeeze was not in effect at that point. So 2 out, second and third.
Now this is Evans at the plate.
Now you got it
Ball
again.
gets away, and that's going to allow the run to score.
Oh.
And they thought about the run to third, but he slipped in the grass, and boy, they caught a break, as if they throw to third, he's easily out. But Co-Lin does score on the wild pitch.
And the Indians similarly caught a break, because it looked like they were going to send that dude, and he may, and I say dude, I apologize, because I'm trying to look at who he
Barry.
was. Thank you, Barry. He might have made it. Because Stone was down here, and so it's a positive. It would have been a close play.
There's a lot of room between home plate and the backstop. So that first pitch goes for a ball. Runner at third now. 2-1 is the score. So that pitch high. 2-0 now is the count.
So it's now runner at third, and the run is in. 2-1 now is your score.
That pitch outside. 3-0 now is the count. Well, that's one thing that Co-Lin does. They're very aggressive. We've seen a lot of hit and runs today, a lot of runners trying to steal bases. You saw the squeeze play earlier. So in the back of your head defensively and as a pitcher, you got think about a lot going on every time you throw the ball. That
Definitely.
Pitch finds the corner for a strike.
Yeah, good pitch right there by Ben. Of course, you needed it right there. Got a 3. It was a 3-0 count. Now it's 3-1 on Evans, who was behind the plate. That
one runs inside, nearly hits him. And that's going to be a walk, first walk of the day issued there by Davis. So they put runners on the corners now, and this is trouble. McClinty, who had a great game in game 1, will come to the dish here with 2 outs.
Yeah, they got a first and third situation here. Of course, the Indians will put their first and third D on and see if Co-Lin tries to get any movement here and force the Indians to make a critical error or anything like that to get the run in.
That pitch low and outside for a ball, and Davis is struggling to hit his marks or even kind of get it close to the strike zone right now. So 1-0 is the count, 2 outs. Runners on the corners here. Don't be surprised if Co-Lin puts a man in motion. That's what ICC was thinking, so they toss it over to first. Dives back without an issue. So the count stays 1-0 here to McClinty. Tying run at third here with 2 outs in the top of the second. Big, healthy swing and a miss there. 1-1 now is the count.
High fastball on the inner half of the plate right there, and McClinty cutting down on it, not able to catch up with it. Brings strike 1.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on the corners here for the Wolves. That pitch in there for a strike. Runner goes, and
send the run at third.
It's safe, and the run scores.
And that's what they did. They put the runner in motion, Adam, as you said, and that produced it. We're going to see what the Indians did. Well, as soon as Stone threw that down, and it looked like it was, it was going all the way through. It was not a cutoff. Generally, you got your cutoff there in between to prevent that run from scoring if you're going to throw down and fake the throw down. Did not have it on for the Indians, and so the runner was able to score from third. Now you got a 2-2 contest.
So the double steal successful there. Is that pitch missing? 2-2 now is the count. Well, the Indians need to find the exit here. Waiting for the 2-2 pitch from Davis. Drifts outside for a ball. 3-2 now is the count.
And runner in scoring position again, like you say, got the full count. Should McClinty get on, that's going to get us back to the top of the lineup.
So waiting for the payoff pitch here from Davis. Runner at second, 2-2. Co-Lin has put 2 on the board here to tie us up in the top of the second. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout to end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the second and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
And welcome back as we head now to the bottom of the second inning. 2-2 is the score. If you missed game one, Co-Lin picked up the 4-3 win in game one. ICC trying to bounce back to earn a split. And Brad, we said at the beginning of the series, it wasn't necessarily a must-sweep day for the Indians, but now this game turns into a must-win situation to kind of keep the chase for that last two spots in the playoffs hopes alive.
Yeah, the Indians dropped 2 at Southwest recently in their last contest, and so you sure don't want to come in here at home today and drop 2 more.
And so this will be Roberts, Glenn, and Connor scheduled up for the Indians here in the bottom of the second. And that first pitch missing for a ball.
Walt Gardner will be up last.
So 1-0 is the count. That pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now. The count here to Roberts, who is playing in center field.
Yeah, Roberts, again, was batting in the 9 slot in game one, kind of pushed him up here into the 7th slot in game 2, a different look. That was called strike 2. Going to draw some boo birds, and Coach Collier's disagreeing, but 1-2 count.
That pitch outside. Co-Lin fans wanted the strike, and Coach Collier got to be careful. He's getting pretty vocal over there. 2-2 now is the count. That's going to be a ground ball. It's going to be a foul ball, so we'll stay at 2-2.
Yeah, hanging in there. Hayden was able to get a piece of that on the outside and just foul it off down there almost toward the Indians' dugout.
That pitch high for a ball. 3-2 now is the count.
Yeah, ran it back to full. Good job by Hayden.
So Roberts starting us off here in the bottom of the second. 2-2 is the score. Waiting the 3-2 offering here. This one fouled back and out of play. And we'll stay at 3-2.
Yeah, missed one right there. Missed a good opportunity on the full count right there. That was a good ball that could have been driven right there. Hayden's going to probably wish he had that one back. Breaking pitch.
And that's going to be a ball 4. Close one. ICC fans like it. Co-Lin fans, well, they do not. And so, buckle up, folks. Could get a fun game 2 here, as that was very similar to that strike called earlier that got Coach Collier fired up. So maybe Coach Collier kind of helped his cause there.
The umpire behind the plate there, the ball gets away, got to throw over to first, ball gets away. So that's going to advance Roberts now over to second. So no outs, Adam. Now here we go. All right, let's see what happens. We've battled this all year. I say all year as of recent.
No, pretty much all year.
Well, pretty much all year. And here we go. I've talked about these many times. You got no outs. You got a runner at second, which is the leadoff guy. And we got to try to get this run in, as that strike 1 right there with a good slider there that caught painted the outside part of the plate.
This is Glenn, who is starting at third base here for the Indians in game 2. Runner at second after that throwing error. This one is popped back and out of play. 0-2 now is the count.
Yeah, quickly down 0-2. Nothing doing on advancing the runner at this point. Even a fly ball out into right field on this right side could advance the runner.
This one popped up and could be trouble. Shortstop, though, looks like he's going to get it confidently and does so, and that'll be out number 1. That's what you said. You want to get to the right side, something to have a chance to advance the runner to third, at least have a productive out, but that one, unfortunately, doesn't go the way of the Indians.
Now it leaves you scratching your head. Of course, still got an opportunity here. Only one out thus at this point. Walt Gardner is seeing his first trip to the plate today.
And he checks his swing, and they're going to say he, did not go. And somebody didn't like that one.
Co-Lin. Well,
there's a fan also getting very vocal out there.
I don't know where that's coming from.
He may have already excused himself from the ballpark and went out to soccer. They're going to try the pickoff move, and that's thrown into the outfield. That's going to be another error that allowed the runner to advance once again.
Let's go, Walt!
Second time that the pitcher has let the throw get away from him and allow the runner to advance. So now ICC has a runner at third. 1 out and a 1-0 count here to Gardner. That pitch paints the corner. 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah, nice pitch from Pittman there with that three-quarter angle style coming out there and just hitting that outside corner with it. Good pitch.
And that breaking pitch just hung up a little bit for the umpire's liking. 2-1 now is the count.
Good eye then on the Barter Walt. Took something off of that one, like you said, on that breaking pitch. So excellent job by Pittman. That was definitely out.
Drifts outside, ball gets away, but not far enough from the catcher for the runner to advance. 3-1 now is the count here to Gardner. We're in the bottom of the second, 1 out, runner at third here for the Indians. 2-2 is your score. Big swing and a miss there. 3-2 now is the count.
That was up in the zone right there. I don't know that one would have been in Walt's perfect slot right there, but he swung at it. Swung at that one right there. That one's going to get out of play out into the parking lot out there.
So the count will stay at 3-2 here on Gardner, batting in that 9 spot, playing in left field here in game 2. Swing and a miss. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there. Second out of the inning, and that was a big one there. And now we flip it back to the top of the lineup in Treadaway. He reached on an error in his only appearance here in game 2. As we said, Brad, the Indians have struggled with runners in scoring position. And got him at third with only 1 out in the inning, and now ICC going to try to find a timely 2-out hit here to see if they can break open this 2-2 contest.
Yeah, the first pitch well outside to Treadaway. Comes back in on him.
Well, you can't hit what you can't see. As Treadaway that time pulled his head out of the swing well before the ball got there. 1-1 now is the count. Outside edge, and he's called that all day, or at least through the first 2 innings, so you got to be ready for that one, especially here on this next pitch. This one fouled back, and we'll stay at 1-2.
Yeah, he's calling that outside part of the plate. You're right. So you know that on both sides, whether you're hitter going up to the plate, and you're going to know it as a pitcher too. And if I'm the pitcher, I'm going to work that.
There's a grounder up the middle. Could be trouble. It's going to get through for a base hit. This will score the run. Clutch hit there, Brad. With 2 outs in the inning, Treadaway returned to center, right back up the middle, and ICC retakes the lead now. And that leadoff walk with a pair of errors come back to haunt Co-Lin.
Well, the reason that's even more clutch than we think is because, like you say, you had the leadoff walk. Well, an error from a wild throw got the runner to second. An error from the wild throw got the runner to third, as that's strike 1 to Settlemyers. No hit. We had 2 outs, so still no Indian had made helped get the runner over into scoring position. Treadaway was able to do that as that one's popped up, and that's going to be an easy out here in the about the short.
And the shortstop camps underneath that one and does collect the out. But the Indians do score 1 run off 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 left on base. Indians lead it 3-2 after 2 complete. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized puffs packed with cheese, pepperoni, and sauce at only $3.99.
We need to go try these new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
Stuffed on it! Try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs for only $3.99.
Pizza, pizza.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift now to the top of the third inning. ICC takes a 3-2 advantage here in Game 2. ICC trying to find a way to earn the split here at home this evening against Co-Lin after the Wolves picked up a 4-3 win in Game 1. I'll look on the other side of things. Softball swept today after dropping Game 2. After a heartbreaker in Game 1, they lost 2-1 on a walk-off sacrifice fly to the number 2 team in the country. Co-Lin took care of business there in Game 2 as there's a swinging strike 1 to Bankston, who is leading us off.
Yeah, Bankston, a victim of a strikeout, his first at bat earlier in the day.
Bankston, Jones, and Combs scheduled up as that pitch in there for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here. Jones, who is on deck, single, but was caught stealing in a strike him out, throw him out. Basically, Little Caesars double play to end the inning.
Oh.
That pitch outside, but nobody on base to have to worry about as that one gets away. 1-2 now is the count here to Bankston. So waiting the 1-2 offering here. This one fouled out of play, and we'll stay at 1-2. No outs. Bankston starting us off here. Try to go a little off speed that time. Bankston fouls that one off to keep the AB alive here.
Who are you doing Monday, Adam?
Am I doing Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Probably got a. Well, technically, we've got. We're hosting the state golf tournament down at Tunica National, but with rain in the area, don't know if we actually will, as there's going to be a flare out to right field.
I'm throwing it back at first, seeing if I can get him out. It is a line shot for a base hit. I just wondering if you were going anywhere in the area of totality to catch the solar eclipse.
Oh, I forgot about that. That would
get up
be
in
really
Arkansas,
cool.
they say there's an area of totality up in there that you can really catch a good view of the eclipse. And didn't know if you had any plans for that or not.
We can load up and go.
We need to get in range there so we can see this thing.
We need to talk to one of our science teachers to see if they can need some chaperones to take some students up there.
That's exactly right. I agree with you. That was foul back for strike 1 there on Tucker Jones, who singled his first at bat.
It would be interesting to see just how that looks Monday. Of course, our luck is with the eclipse coming through, we're going to have every bit of cloud coverage, so don't be able to see it.
That's what they're giving right now for here, as the runner acted like he was going to go and then backed out of going. But the last weather report I saw, just to be honest with you, and I have no idea, it could totally change from now. But outside sports are our wash next week.
I'm going to tell you this right now, Brad, as we await this 1-1 offering from Davis to Jones, who singled his last time up. As there's a flare out to center field. Could be trouble. Center fielder going back, but makes the play.
Yeah, good job out there by Hayden Roberts in center field to track that one down.
So that'll be the first out of the inning. To go back and complete my thought, I could almost confirm that's going to happen because the way my legs were hurting when I woke up this morning, I thought it was going to rain today.
Well, they're giving a chance again here tomorrow, Monday with the solar eclipse, which people would see sometime Monday afternoon around this North Mississippi area, from my understanding, as he's back in safe. But then they've upped the cloud chances around this area to where it's going to be extremely cloudy, maybe a little difficult to see. It'd be difficult in a golf tournament if that happened.
Yeah. Can we reschedule the solar eclipse to another day?
Well, we could. Is that ball is in the dirt? That's going to be a wild pitch It bounces out from Stone. That advances the runner with 1 out. That's a good idea. I don't know. Have you made a call on that to see if we can
I haven't.
Reschedule
Matt
that?
LaPont. Let's see, get in touch with him.
Yeah, I mean, reschedule this eclipse because we don't have a good enough weather. Or push it back to tomorrow.
Or reschedule the rain.
Yeah, well, they could, yeah. Yes.
Is that pitch missing for a ball? Yes, it's we got Laney. We always talk about Laney on the broadcast. You've seen her commercial a few times.
Mm-hmm.
She is excited about the solar eclipse.
Unfortunately,
it's supposed to rain here, so it's going to.
But there is one.
Yes.
A solar eclipse.
Yes.
Like whenever we lit the glasses on.
You're
Yes.
supposed to put the glasses on.
100%.
I thought it was 100 years before that happened. This one was like 98%.
Yeah, this.
I'm gonna see it. I'll stand out in rain. It's Monday. At like
We've had a great discussion up here in the box now with the solar eclipse.
We have really got to get Laney a mic because she talks to us a lot. So
Strike 1, 3-1 count here on Combe, who did victim of a strikeout his first at bat. But yes, they are predicting giving the solar eclipse for Monday afternoon. Cloudy weather here in North Mississippi right now.
So waiting the 3-1 offering here to Combe. And that's going to be ball 4.
Yeah, lost him right there. It's a walk. And that's going to put runners at first and second here with only 1 out. Again, Indians clinging to a 3-2 lead.
Brad, let's stay on that. I know we're kind of conversating here in the middle of a baseball game, but imagine we don't have the technology we have like they did, say, 100 years ago. And all of a sudden you've got a eclipse coming through like that. Can you imagine how people would freak out?
Well, and you'd look at it without them protective glasses, too. And you'd burn your eyes. Isn't that what happens?
That is what happens.
Oh, great snag by Ben. Hesitated just a little bit, threw over to third, and got the out.
So he does get the force out over at third. It's one of those, fielder's choice. Didn't know if he might have a chance to turn 2 in that situation, but did do the right thing and get the leadoff runner or get the lead runner out in that situation.
Yeah, I did. Like I say, if you didn't feel comfortable with the double play ball, you wanted to get that lead runner out, and that's what he did. So now first and second, 2 outs now for Co-Lin here at the plate.
This is Barry at the dish, takes that first pitch outside for a ball.
Barry singled his last at bat.
He was part of that double steal that tied the ball game. 1-0 is the count here to Barry. Runners on first and second. 1 out here in the top of the third. That pitch up for a ball. 2-0 now is the count.
The first game of the men's Final Four has started. You got Purdue and my ESPN app's not working very good here. North Carolina State battling it out right now in the first half. 27-16 Purdue.
You sure that's North Carolina State?
Mm-hmm.
I thought North Carolina State made it to NIT.
Is this the NIT?
No, that's Purdue's in the Final Four. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I was looking at that right there.
Oh, no, it's North Carolina. No, that is North Carolina State. I'm thinking I'm not thinking is what it is.
Well, I'm not either, really. Yeah. I mean, I very well easily could be.
No, you're correct on that.
But if you'll notice, it says underneath the letter, underneath the numbers.
It does say that it's Alabama playing.
It says Alabama and UConn playing, which they play later tonight.
3-1 is the count with 2 outs. Indians trying to get out of this inning.
Fouled off.
With no damage done here. As you said, that pitch fouled off, so now the count will go full. Hey, I'm pulling for Purdue on that because my buddy Robbie Donahoe, who used to work at WCBI, they made the trip out to Arizona and is trying to hopefully get to see Purdue win a national championship. So pulling for Purdue for my buddy Robbie.
What about that second game? You got Alabama-UConn.
I will pull for Alabama because I refuse to pull for UConn in anything. Anything basketball-wise. Wait for the 3-2 pitch here, and it runs inside, and that's going to load the bases.
Yeah, load the bases. It's ball forward now. Still got 2 outs, and that's going to bring up McKenzie.
I say that, Brad, but the ironic thing is I picked UConn to win the whole thing in my bracket.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, on the men's side.
Well, you better hang tight here then.
But, yeah, Gino has kind of fooled me liking anything with UConn.
And speaking of the basketball tournament, I'm going to tell you what, the women's basketball tournament thus far, I watched the games yesterday and watched them last week, and I know that's ball one that there was a tremendous amount of viewership for the LSU-Iowa game.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, as Coach McCrory is going to come out to the mound and have a conversation, but what a good job. I mean, it's just good basketball watching these ladies play. And, of course, you got a good final matchup that's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, South Carolina and Iowa. I don't see anybody beating South Carolina. I mean, Dawn Staley's got that. She's got that rolling well up there. And
yeah, they took care of North Carolina, women's North Carolina State pretty handily yesterday.
Yeah, and they were the team that thought they could match up well with them size-wise whenever it came to, inside the paint and stuff, but obviously they couldn't. So I saw South Carolina win their opener against Notre Dame. They actually played in Paris to start the season. I didn't go. Just going to make that note. I watched it on TV. But yeah, they're good, man. They're so good.
They are. They're good. It's a tough year, and I know you got there's a lot of Caitlin Clark fans out here, and man, at the record she has set and what she's done, but she's reached the finals again here in her final year here in collegiate basketball. But tall task. Not saying it can't happen. Tall task for her to get that elusive championship that she's wanting to get before she leaves, as that is ball 2.
Wow.
To McKenzie here.
Yeah. He had a sacrifice bunt, and he's got bases loaded with 2 outs in the inning. Davis needs to lock in here, and that's a makeup call.
That is, and that's because that one he has been calling outside, but not that far.
So, yeah, 2-1 now is the count here to McKenzie. Opportunity here for the Wolves to get back in this one.
Whoa, what a cut.
And he tried to send that one to the highway. As 2-2 now is the count here on McKenzie.
Yeah, healthy cut right there by McKenzie. Couldn't get it, wasn't on it at all, and so runs that count, as you mentioned, 2-2. Got 2 outs. Big pitch, and that's ball 3.
Pitch drifts high there, so now the count full. Nowhere to put him with bases loaded. Starting to hear the Co-Lin dugout get fired up over there, trying to get behind their guys as they trail it. 3-2 now. The Indians dugout get fired up across the way. 3-2 pitch.
Oh.
This one lifted deep into the evening, but it's going to go foul and out of play.
Yeah, he turned on that inside pitch and got the big part of the barrel out there very quickly, just too quick. And so turned on that inside part of the plate. Great job there by McKenzie, but foul ball. Runners be in motion again.
Runners go, and that one's going to be high, and they're going to walk in the run and tie it 3-all. That's back-to-back walks issued by the Indians, 4th of the game there for Davis.
And got a little activity now. Going to get someone up and warming up in the bullpen for the Indians. Looks like it's going to be Matt Bourdon up there that's starting to get loose.
3 of those 4 walks have come here in this 3rd inning. It was a single to start the inning, but then a fielder's choice erased Bankston. Then a fly out to center, walk. Then there's that fielder's choice, and walk to walk is where we're at right now.
Stone Collier calls time and going to make a visit to the mound, talk to Ben, and make sure they're on the same page here. Signs and signals, possibly too, to give a little time here for Bourdon to get a little loose and stretch out there. But again, got to make sure you're on the same page because the ball game is tied. It's 3-3. Don't need anything. Don't need one in the dirt. Don't need anything going to the backstop and scoring this run so they can take the lead.
1-0 pitch, and that one's high and outside. 2-0 now is the count.
Yeah, easier said than done. But, take a deep breath if you're Ben and just throw it and try to find that strike zone. Got it.
And there it is there. Nice guy coming back for that one. Looked like Co-Lin was just going to put the bat on the shoulder until he threw a strike.
And don't blame him. I mean, like you say, he's walked the last 2, and he's walked 3 in this inning.
So waiting the 2-1 pitch here. Swung on and missed. 2-2 now is the count.
Yeah, that one was up in the zone. That was kind of up at the numbers there, but man, he just couldn't catch up with it.
So waiting the 2-2 offering here from Davis.
Got him.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. A clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout to get the Indians out of the jam, but Co-Lin is able to tie it up 3-3 here as we'll head to the bottom of the third. Back with more right after this.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We head now to the bottom of the third inning. This should be Collier, Davis, and Rock scheduled up, the 3, 4, 5 batters here for the Indians. 3-3 is the score. Brad, your thoughts on the game so far here through 2 1/2 innings?
Well, I mean, you look at the scoreboard, 4 hits, ICC 4, Co-Lin 4, 3 runs apiece. The only difference out there is you get 3 errors by Co-Lin. ICC not taking advantage of those. And when you have those 3 errors, critical errors, you've got to take advantage of that. We've seen it all year, and I mean, we're not saying anything that y'all probably haven't heard at home, but ICC just is not taking advantage of that. And then they had some terrible, had some walks in the last inning that really, when we're putting people on, is that strike 1 to Stone. In which, rightfully so, Adam, Ben has not been pitching. He's been gone. You got to get the rust off a little bit. I really didn't expect him to go 7 today.
Right. One of those come out, get 3, 4 innings out of him, but now it's a 0-2 count here on Collier, who singled but was erased on a fielder's choice, as he did a good job of finding a piece of that one. Or excuse me, actually he was erased on a double play. As that pitch fouled back. 0-2 now is the count here on Collier. And swing and miss on the elevated fastball there, and that'll go for a Renaissance Bank strikeout for out number 1.
Number 18, Ben Davis.
Second strikeout of the game for Pittman. Pittman has given up 4 hits. He's quietly put together a pretty good little game here on the hill. That pitch finds the corner again.
Yeah, you mentioned it, and he has, and he's got that arm angle that it's got a lot of motion, a lot of movement on the ball, and got a pretty good slider that he can drop down in there. So he has put together a pretty good game here, and he's painting that corner out there on the outside too, which is to the umpire's likings, and doing a good job.
That pitch just missing low and outside. 2-1 now is the count here to Ben Davis. Davis is the pitcher / DH here in game 2. Looks at that one in there for a strike. 2-2 now is the count. Indians still having a problem picking up on the riddle that is Pittman so far. 2-2 pitch. This one hammered to the right side. Right fielder's going to have to run back towards the track and will make the play over his head for out number 2. Not an easy out.
No, not an easy out, especially because you're out there in the sun. You're looking right into the sun, as if you've heard our broadcast before, you know that at that time of day where, as Adam always says, the shadows are starting to come across. They have reached center field, about right dead center, to be honest with you, just stretching past it. And so when you're in right field first or second, it makes it tough, as that one jammed Bo Rock, just kind of a little pooch grounder to short, throws him out there at first, and that's the third out of the inning.
Indians go quietly, 3 up, 3 down, right there in the heart of their lineup. 3-3 is your score. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a maestro of the clarinet. A famous speed solver.
Piece of cake.
A noted cheese connoisseur.
Limburger.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head to the top of the fourth inning. ICC and Co-Lin tied at 3 here in game 2 as ICC need to bounce back to earn a split here after dropping the first game of the day by the final score of 4-3.
Yeah, Ben Davis coming back out on the mound here in the top of the fourth inning for ICC.
Number 12, Braden Evans.
Again, this is going to bring up Braden Evans, who is catching today, again behind the plate in game 2 for the Wolves. He did draw a walk his first at bat today, so no official at bat at this point as he takes strike 1 there from Ben.
So Ben enters this inning with 72 pitches.
Yeah, he did. He went.
Is that one strike 2?
He went around, tried to check it, then just kind of kept going around, could not hold it back. 0-2 count.
Swinging and a miss for strike 3. Well, he looked sharp on that one there, Brad.
Yeah, he did. And it's good to see him coming back. You know, I know he had a tough inning last inning. He had 3 walks, critical walks. One of them drove in a run, the tying run there. So good to see him come back out. Again, I fully expect him to be on a limit anyway coming into the day, just as we've said, just simply because he hasn't pitched. And that's strike 1 here in several weeks. And you got to get him back up to form and fashion here without hurting his arm. That's ripped.
That's going to go for extra bases as it gets by a diving third baseman. And Brad, you said it ripped as you heard that one off the bat of McClinty. And I tell you what, I've been very impressed with him batting in that 9 spot today for Co-Lin.
Yeah, he's done a great job in the 9 slot because sometimes what that does is you want that 9 slot to serve as your leadoff in a sense, where you're getting them on and and having that when you go back to the top of the lineup, you're hopefully able to drive them in. So you get that 9 slot right there who can get on. That's his second double of the day. He hadn't had 2 in game 2. He had 1 in game 1, 1 in game 2. Excellent job by McClinty.
So this brings Bankston to the plate. He singled and hits this one up the middle. Shortstop's going to look the runner back to second. Throw over is in time. 6-3 for the second out of the inning.
I'm glad to see that they still play the ball that I'm used to.
Yeah.
That ball was hit to short. And Adam and I have had this conversation over the broadcast, but sometimes here lately I've seen runners take off. Ground ball, nobody at first, you have a runner at second. You got to freeze or go back to second and see if it's hit behind you when you run. But anyway, good job by McClinty there at second, 2 outs.
So now this will be Jones, who singled in his first at bat, flew out, and his second to center field on a nice running catch out there by Roberts. As that pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 is the count. So 0-1 the count here to Jones. Runner at second with 2 outs. That ball gets by, and the runner will advance to third.
It's going to be a error on Stone.
It's a pass ball. Allows the runner to advance. That was the 80th pitch of the game there for Davis.
I mean, I know he's got 2 outs. They may let him finish this, but I don't. If he gets through this inning, which he may, he's got 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't see him coming back for another one. That's me.
2-1 now is the count.
Again, simply because he hasn't thrown a lot this year. He hasn't been in game action. Normally, yes, I'd see him continue going on, but just to get his arm back where it needs to be. That one wakes up some Co-Lin folks over there as far as in the dugout. That one's fouled off right toward the dugout and toward some of their players.
So 2-2 is the count. 2 outs, runner at third. Indians trying to get out of this inning with no damage done. We're waiting for the 2-2 offering here from Davis to Jones.
Got him.
Swinging and a miss for strike 3. Clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout to get the Indians out of the jam once again. That is his 6th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. Speaking of Renaissance Bank, let's hear from him and be back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next? What's next? So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set here for the bottom of the 4th inning for ICC. 6, 7, 8 batters due up. Wicker, Roberts, and Glenn scheduled up here in the bottom of the 4th. Brad, I haven't said it today, but happy WrestleMania weekend to you.
Yeah, and you normally do talk about that because I remember you talk about, too, how this is also, there's so many sports going on this weekend. And I do remember now that you say that because you got MLB, is regular season.
It's getting fired up, college basketball.
Women's college basketball, and then you got WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania, and then the Masters.
The Masters, exactly right. You talk about that coming.
This is, if you're a sports fan, of course, you got the Final Four for both women's and men's basketball. You've got college baseball and softball getting in the heart of conference play.
Mm-hmm.
And as we said, WrestleMania.
UFL is playing.
Yeah.
If you like UFL. I don't watch UFL, but I strike one on the outside part of the plate here to
this is Wicker starting us off. Yeah, I haven't seen much of the UFL. And
me neither.
As there's going to be a ground ball, and it's going to go for a base hit, and Wicker's going to try to turn this into a Davis Ford double, but he'll check up after a nice relay in there. So Wicker blister that one's down the line for his first hit of the game.
Yeah, good job there, and turning on that pitch and getting it down the line there, and getting a hit, leadoff hit on the of the inning, which is what the Indians need. Here we are with no outs again. The Indians got that leadoff batter on. Let's see if we can produce here. Of course, you got your third baseman creeping in here for Co-Lin in the event the bunt goes down, which he does square, pulls back, takes strike one. That's Hayden Roberts.
So Roberts, he walked, advanced on 2 throwing errors by the pitcher, and eventually scored on an RBI single by Treadaway. But Co-Lin was able to bounce back and tie it up 3-all here. Grounder, right side of the field, and there's only going to be one play, so it works to advance the runner there. 4-3 on the putout. Well, it was enough to the right that they didn't have a chance to change their momentum to throw to second to start the 2 outs, so works just as well as that bunt.
Yeah, I mean, it's a second baseman, and, of course, he's going to his left, and with that runner taking off on the hit there, there's just almost impossible, I'm not going to say totally, but almost, to turn around with your momentum going towards first and go ahead and try to turn with a right-handed second baseman there, which is normally they are right-handed. They're saying foul.
And ICC fans wanted it. And
well, he almost did it's like he said, Foul.
Yeah. And Coach Collier's laughing about it as he kind of looked back at his guys and said it was foul.
It was, but he took the win.
Yeah, it's one of those where
90-degree angle approach.
Yeah. He wanted to add a little flair to the dramatics here. So that's a dramatic strike one down the line there. Runner at second for the Indians.
I got it.
Couldn't check his swing, and that'll go for strike two here on Glenn. Popped up to short for the first out of the second inning. 61 pitches now in the game here for Pittman. Actually, 62 pitches now for Pittman. 0-2 offering here, and just couldn't figure out what to do there as he just had him all sorts of confused. And that is going to be the third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Pittman.
Pitch hitter two here. Looks like it's going to be Jackson Lee coming in to bat for Walt Gardner.
So we will have that position change here. Is this position change being brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, ICC, and Coke. Now that's a winning combination. Coach Collier's hoping that he can get Jackson Lee in here and come up with a timely two-out hit to see if he can give the Indians the lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Game two has to go 7 innings. So ICC would love to take advantage of having this runner in scoring position. Not to sound like a broken record, but this is where the Indians have struggled this year, is whenever they do have guys in scoring position to come up with those timely hits.
Absolutely, as that's ball one, Jackson Lee, and they're starting the defense in the outfield. You're going to see the outfield, the center fielder has shifted, playing more of a right side over here and shifted over more, almost closer to getting out of the shadows, but not. So expecting Jackson Lee more instead of pulling here to take it to the right side.
That pitch, a late call, but called a strike. 1-1 now is the count.
Well, you got it's like a football game, Red River rivalry going on here in a rain delay. Oklahoma 18, Oklahoma State. No, that's not the Red River rivalry. That's
Texas, yeah.
But excuse me, got in-state rivalry, 18-10 baseball.
Good Lord.
In a rain delay.
Sounds like I'm pitching.
Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. That's interesting.
2-1 is the count after that last pitch missing. As this is Lee at the dish here, the runner at second. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. 3-3 is the score. That pitch missing outside. 3-1 now is the count.
Clemson's only up 2-1. Bottom of the sixth on the Irish.
I can live with that.
Looking at some scores here.
So 3-1 now is the count. Runner at second, 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth. 3-3 contest. And that's a strike all day, every day.
Can't take that one. Kentucky blanks out Alabama 7-0 here. Arkansas finishes out the sweep, beats Ole Miss 7-4. Vandy takes it in 8, 13-3 over LSU as that's fouled off.
Fouled back and out of play. What'd you say that Vandy score was?
13-3.
Over
8 innings.
Over LSU?
Wow. LSU.
Did not see that coming.
Missouri beat Florida 4-3.
Missouri is a thorn in the side of the SEC.
Yes.
As there is ball 4, or no, he's going to call it strike 3.
Call it strike. Oh.
And then the throw gets away.
Got an error.
So E2 on the play, and that'll allow the runner to go to second.
So it was a strikeout.
Strikeout, E2 on the drop.
3, Jude Treadaway.
And so the Indians catch a big-time break there. Runner was able to advance from first to second on the throw after it got away. We said that sun causing some issues. I honestly think that's what that was for the first baseman.
Yeah, it's tough down there, Adam.
Now this is Jude Treadaway. He's got an RBI single to his credit today. Why not another one? Was that pitch in there for a strike?
Yeah, strike one right there. But, yeah, tough down there, especially when you're not used to playing in this park. And Co-Lin obviously doesn't even practice or play here, but just they don't play here every year. So on a rotational basis, that's strike 2, fouls that one off. And so very, very tough right there. But, again, ICC with runners at second and third. They do have 2 outs on us, though.
That pitch, not a bad spot to miss when you got a pitch to throw away. 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Indians looking for a clutch 2-out hit. There's grip to the right side. Second baseman, no issue. Throw over. And once again, the Indians leave runners stranded in scoring position. And that was tough there as ICC and Co-Lin stay tied after 4 complete here in Game 2. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the 5th inning. 3-3 is the score between ICC and Co-Lin here in Game 2. Co-Lin picked up a 4-3 win in Game 1, so ICC needs to bounce back and find a way to win it. But, man, the Indians once again leaving runners in scoring position, as we've seen multiple times today, especially that previous inning could have been huge for the base hit.
Definitely. Again, of course, we've talked about that all season. And that one's ripped in the gap right there. That's going to be a double for Combe.
So a big-time leadoff hit there. That is the second extra base hit of the game and the 6th of the game
J.D. Weed.
for the Wolves.
So leadoff double there, no outs. That's going to put, and here comes Coach McCrory to the mound. Gonna make a mound visit.
Yeah, looks like we're going to have a call to the bullpen being brought to you by Guaranty Bank. Let's take the break and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Ankle sprains are one of the most common sports injuries, with an estimated 25,000 occurring every day in the United States. Sprains can happen with any sport, including just walking across the yard. Ankle sprains are most common in ball sports such as basketball, soccer, volleyball, and others. As with any injury, your body quickly sends blood to start healing the process, which leads to the swelling. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, known as RICE, is a good way to treat an ankle sprain. This decreases the swelling, lessens your pain, and allows your body to heal the injury. Studies have shown that the sooner you return to activity, the better and typically the faster you will recover. Depending on the amount of injury to the ligaments, it may be days, weeks, or even months to return to high-intensity sports. Sometimes recovery may be slow, but if it gets better day by day or week by week, you are on the right path. If the ankle seems to stop improving and you just can't get back to your activities, then it's time to come see us at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Remember, our story is you.
This is a place to create your future. And when you get here, you realize you're not alone. You meet new people and make connections. It's not always about knowing exactly where you're going. Sometimes it's about finding your own way. It's working together to build something bigger than ourselves. It's hard work, but lots of fun. We come for the quality education, but we leave with an unparalleled experience. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
I'm Lenny Howell, your 2024 ICC Most Beautiful, and you're watching the ICC Sports Network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We do have that Guaranty Bank call to the bullpen, and Brad, tell us about the new pitcher here for the Indians.
Sophomore left-handed pitcher Matt Bourdon on the hill. Collierville, Tennessee, out of Marshall Academy is where he played. Had 8 appearances on the year. He does have a 1-win, 3-loss record coming into today. 28 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 27 hits, 20 runs, 14 walks, 40 Ks. 40 to 14 walk K to walk ratio, pretty good right there. 5.34 ERA.
So he will take over after a leadoff double by Combe. So the runner at second, it still belongs to Davis here in this 3-3 contest. We're in the top of the 5th as the sun continues to set here at Crescent Field. In case you haven't heard, there's new plans to start the improvement process here of Crescent Field. You can visit letsgoicc.com to see Phase 1 and read a little bit more about the Phase 2 plans that are already in place. But that's going to start at the end of the season, so an exciting time as there's a big swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, got lefty on righty here again. Of course, Bourdon in, left-handed pitcher, and J.D. Weed did have a big single in the second inning.
So 0-1 is the count here to Weed. He did reach on a fielder's choice his last time up, and
chasing one there.
Yes, he went swinging on that one, and they're going to say a foul ball as Collier came up to play it and threw down to first. And
well, that was more one of yours right there, Adam. You're a golfer right there, so that was, I mean, as low as that one was, that goes back to your sport where he was kind of going after one down there, and about going to have Coach Collier going to call time here for some reason.
And
with 2 strikes.
And not really sure what he wants to come out at. And maybe he's trying to come out and see if it was a fair or foul ball. It's the way Collier played it that time. And Collier, because Collier came, when I say Collier, Stone Collier, the catcher, came up and tagged the batter after picking the ball out and forward in front of him. And so Rick came out to question that one, asked the third base umpire, and he kind of threw his hands up back to the home plate umpire. And
setting up outside right here on Weed. Hit his spot, good job. Great pitch right there by Bourdon. Hit his spots. That's where Stone set up. And that was a good 0-2 pitch right there. Ball 1, though.
So 1-2 now is the count. Runner at second here in the 3-3 contest. A little off-speed pitch. Pulled foul, and we'll stay at 1-2.
Yeah, kind of came back in with him on that off speed. Did have him off as far as off balance right there, off his timing, more or less, and out in front enough that where he lined that one out into left, out into almost the bullpen of ICC.
So waiting the 1-2 offering here for Bourdon. It runs inside. 2-2 now is the count. 3-3 is your score. Go-ahead run is at second here with no outs in the top of the 5th for Co-Lin. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bourdon getting set to dig in. This is Weed at the plate. 2-2 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there for out number 1.
Yeah, big job there by Bourdon to come in and get that out right there and get the first out of the inning after that big double by Combe. So that does still lead you with 1 out here and a runner in scoring position for Co-Lin. Tie ball game here, 3-3.
So this is Barry, who is 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. Singled his first time up and walked in his last at bat. That pitch, what a frame job.
Yeah.
That's all you can say there is that one fell off the table way too early. Stone grabbed it, zipped it up there, and the umpire bought it. Yeah, I wish I can get a fish to bite a hook like that.
I'm telling you, that curveball, like you said, fell off, and good job by Stone to bring that one back up and frame it in, and umpire called it strike 1.
I looked the runner back, and boy, he's lucky nobody was covering second that time, or easily would have been picked off.
Yeah, so no pick move on right there. It was just trying
keep
to
him honest.
Keep him honest and trying to keep him back, get him back towards second a little bit closer.
So the 0-1 pitch coming. This one popped up. Center fielder should be able to jog underneath this one. They are going to tag, and the throw is not going to be in time, so the runner will head to third with 2 outs. So fly out to center, retires Barry, and now this will be McKenzie coming to the plate. McKenzie officially no at bat so far. He had a sacrifice bunt in his first at bat, walked with bases loaded, and that was back to tie the ball game in the third. So the Indians trying to get out of this inning with no damage done here. Burdon on the hill. Runner at third, that's Combe, who doubled and then advanced on that fly ball out by Barry to center. Check swing, ticked it, strike 1.
Yeah, just kind of one of them oopsies, couldn't hold back, check swing, and just got a piece of it to foul it off. So it does go for a strike in the Indians' favor, so 0-1 count right now.
So waiting the 0-1 pitch here from Burdon. That's going to be high and outside. 1-1 now is the count. You got to be careful in this situation. We've seen Co-Lin get a little greedy on the bases. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't try to bluff here on a squeeze, especially as far back as first base is. If you can get something just laid down just right, yeah, there's 2 outs, but if you can just put that in no man's land, could be some trouble here. 1-2 now is the count, so erase all that thought. This pitch popped up, back and out of play. We'll sit at 1-2.
Looks like 6 hits are on the board for Co-Lin thus far here. 5 for Etowamba. Still the big number sticking out up there is you got 4 errors for Co-Lin, none for Etowamba at this point on the board. That one's going to be
lifted,
trouble.
could be trouble. Left fielder's going to go running back, and in and out of his glove. Caught it but dropped it, so that will score the run. E7 on the play. Tough break for the Indians. So Co-Lin goes up 4-3 after that error on the drop ball out there in left field.
Yeah, and again, it was hit well, but our left fielder out there, which is it Jackson Lee now, who came in for Walton Gardner. Jackson Lee out there gave it good chase and had it on the run there, and it's in the glove and out, and so tough break there for the Indians. Not only a tough break, but Co-Lin takes the lead on that with the RBI, and they now have another runner in scoring position at second base.
This is Thomas coming to bat in place of Dunn for Co-Lin. Number 27, Thomas. Or now is it still 37? Excuse me, it is 37.
Well, we just added 10.
So, yeah. So 37, it's still a new batter. Harrington is the batter.
Lainey's mad at us again, Adam.
Well, she's just mad because she can't go buy one of those half-price hamburgers. As this pitch is popped up, center fielder's going to come charge again and will make the play. But that 2-out error looms large for the Indians as Co-Lin takes a 4-3 lead as we'll head to the bottom of the fifth. ICC's got to find some bats, and we'll see if they can do so. But before we do that, let's take a timeout and be back with more right after this.
At Little Caesars, get a large custom 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 when you order online. Wait, did I just say $7.99? Get out of here. This pizza is only $7.99. No way. This is $7.99? You're joshing me. You're saying this pizza perfection is only $7.99? Oh, you're crazy for this. Listen, pirate, stop taking my $7.99 pizza. Choose a large custom 2-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $7.99 when you order online. Only $7.99. What?
Pizza.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to move to the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-3, Co-Lin with the lead here. Game 2 to go 7 innings here, as it would be 2, 3, 4 batters due up. Settlemyers, Collier, and Davis. Indians have got them with 5 hits in the game so far. And 6 for Co-Lin. Settlemyers had that 2-run home run back in the first and then flew out to the shortstop to end the second. Indians just need one of those good innings where they have come up with 3 or 4 hits, string together some hits across the way as that pitch missing low for a ball. Because, Brad, we really haven't seen that much this season. Kind of saw it in the previous game for 1 inning where the Indians had 3 hits, but no runs to show for it.
No, you haven't. Again, kind of unusual for Rick Collier, head coach baseball team here. With the normally you have those innings, you put the hits together, and it just kind of sparks. And as that one is fouled back, 2-1 count, and it kind of sparks a rally, and just the bats get hot, and everybody goes to hitting, and you drive in a lot of runs. But just hasn't happened, and it's kind of been absent most of the year this year and in season so far. And that one's going to hit Settlemyers right there and put him on. So Indians here with an opportunity. They lead off batter on with no outs, and that's going to bring up Stone Collier, Adam.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. It's not a question of talent. It's almost a mentality or one of those swagger type things. You know, you look at a Rick Collier team, when they come to the field, they know, hey, we're coming, we're going to get 10, 12 hits today, put 8 runs on the board. What are you going to do to beat us?
Yes, yeah, it was always, it was that, yeah, you're right. You call it that swagger, that confidence level that they had, that they were going to be able to drive in runs, produce hits, as Stone takes ball 1 right there. So just lacking in some of that this year. Hopefully try to put it together here in the, in this last half here of the conference play.
Collier takes a healthy chop at that one, missing 1-1 now. Is the count to Stone. He singled his first time up, was a race on a Little Caesars double play. Struck out swinging to start the 3rd, so looking to redeem himself with a base hit here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-1 is the count. Shows bunt, lays it down, and it's a beauty. Only going to be 1 play, then he bobbles it.
Whoa, another.
And then he throws it away.
Yeah, he threw it away, and again, I don't know if the sun was in his eyes.
Thought about trying to score the run from on the throw, but instead elects to hold him up, and that's going to be an E1 on the play.
Yeah, E1, again, Stone laying the bunt down. In all honesty, a great call. I don't know if Stone made that call or if Coach Collier made that call, because you're not normally thinking that Stone's going to lay a bunt down right there. And why I say that, I mean, he's one of your top hitters on the team. The average is up there. Not saying it's a bad call by any stretch of the imagination, but normally you're not thinking bunt with Stone. And so he does turn and lay that bunt down toward the first base side there. And, again, when I looked over at the first baseman, Adam, it's almost like when that ball was thrown, it's luckily it wasn't thrown in his face, because I think it would have hit him in the face, because he didn't know where – he couldn't find it.
Yep.
That sun's giving him fits out there right now.
I'm gonna have to backtrack and question you on this now.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody with the speed of a Stone Collier, you're not going to lay down a bunt with him?
Well, he does have – well, I'll tell you what, he's got speed like Brad Boggs does out there running, and that's not much, I'll say that. But he hits a lot better than I do.
But, yeah, it was one of those high IQ plays there, though.
Yes.
That, you're not going to expect him to come out and bunt that way and at least get the runner around, and it did force him to rush the throw, and he ends up at second after the error.
And then it brings up here, you clean up hitter with Ben Davis now with no outs, runners at second and third, ball 1 to him. So
they're going to intentionally walk him.
Yeah, they're going to put him on, and they're going to try to have the double play in, or at least get the runner out at home, the lead runner. That's going to bring your infield in right there on the corners to try to set up to get that runner out at home with no outs. They're going to take their chances with Bo Rock.
Yeah. You look at this situation here, and it is Bo Rock coming to the plate. You always, as a batter, want to have that chip on your shoulder saying, okay, you're going to walk him to get to me. I'm going to make you pay. And a guy like Bo Rock, I don't want him to have that chip on his shoulder.
No, it is not one you want, and I'm sure that's strike 1 to Bo. Bo's got he's got a hit, got a
think
double
contact.
earlier. And yes, and he's one who can definitely make you pay.
So that first pitch called a strike. 0-1 is the count. That went in there for strike 2, so 0-2 now is the count to Rock.
That was questionable, but he is calling that outside part there. I'll say that. So.
And got him swinging there, and just not the at-bat you were looking for if you're the Indians. And so with one out now, bases still loaded, and this is going to be Wicker at the plate. He ripped a single down the line in his last at-bat. He's also struck out. So one out, bases loaded here for the Indians. That pitch missing outside for a ball.
Yeah, good eye there by Wicker. As you mentioned, he singled earlier in the bottom of the 4th.
So the Indians with one out and bases loaded here. Jams him, fouls this one back off the netting, or actually over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. 1-1 now is the count. Brad, you've got to have a hit here. I mean,
you need a hit. You got to produce something. I mean, even if you get a sac fly out of it, they're not going to get the double play on that. Again, it got him going right, so it's going to get the run in. It's going to tie the game up right there with the run, but it was hit. It's one of those that we had earlier in the game. You had your left-handed batter up. It's hit toward the second baseman. Second baseman's got to go to his left. Can't turn and make that play or to turn the double play right there at second. So he gets the out there. 2 outs now, runners at second and third, but it does get the RBI for Wicker.
4-4 now is the score, and this is going to bring Roberts to the plate. Looks at that first pitch in there for a strike. Roberts is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. He did score a run. Big, healthy swing and a miss there. 0-2 now is the count.
Got him.
And chasing at a ball outside for strike 3, and the Indians only get 1 run on the board, and that was on a ground ball as they loaded the bases but couldn't get anything going once again. We are tied 4-4. We'll take a break and go to the 6th and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Welcome back now as we head to the top of the 6th inning. 4-4 is your score here, and Brad, the Indians again, great opportunity that previous inning to really break this game open, but just couldn't get anything going their way.
No, couldn't. Again, so Indians had plenty of opportunities there and was able to get the run in to get the tie and to tie the game up, but it was due to, again, because they had had runners on base, and again couldn't turn the double play. So basically just over to get the out at first, and so they found a way to get the run in. So I don't want to discredit finding a way to get the run in at them, because they did, and so they did their job there. But also on the other side of that, you're sitting there thinking, there should have been more runs scored in that inning than what was scored. So the positive, you get the run in, you tie the game up. Plenty of negative there is, hey, there should have been more runs on the board than what was scored in that inning for the Indians.
The Indians have left 6 runners stranded, 5 of those in scoring position here through 5 complete. On the other end, though, you have to look at it this way. Credit Co-Lin for being able to get out of those jams with not much damage, if any damage done. As big, healthy swing and a miss there for strike one. I believe this is Evans at the plate.
It is, yes. Mm-hmm.
So Evans at the plate, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout, a walk, and a stolen base. Listen to that pitch inside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah, couldn't get him to pull the trigger on that one, so kind of bottom fell out of it, and it went for ball 1.
So waiting the 1-1 pitch here. Big swing and a miss there. 1-2 now is the count here on Evans. 8-9-1 batters due up here for Co-Lin. Co-Lin won the first game of the day 4-3. ICC needing to bounce back to keep in the chase of that final spot for the playoffs.
Got him.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Banan. Good way to start the inning.
Yeah, and that's going to bring up McClinty there, who doubled his last at bat and had some good at bats. I know we've talked about it today, Adam, you and I both, and he's had some good at bats, good quality at bats today. So again, so interesting to see what he does. His first time to see Bourdon today.
That pitch loops in there for a strike. That last strike was the second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Bourdon. So Davis is off the hook here for the Indians. 1-1 now is the count. Pittman still on the heel here, so he is, well, if he gets replaced this next inning, he will be off the hook. 1-1 pitch coming. Swung on and missed for strike 2. As this is the dangerous McClinty at the plate here for Co-Lin. He doubled, advanced on a pass ball, but the Indians were able to get out of the inning without any damage done. Awaiting the 1-2 pitch here.
Got him.
Got him. And that is going to be a Renaissance Bank strikeout there. The third of the game, second of the inning there for Banan. And now we're going to flip it back to the top of the lineup here. And Bankston coming to the plate.
Apologize, I had to check out for quite a minute there. Laney called, and we needed to turn the air off. She was cold and had that look on her face again. So I had to get up and cut the air off.
That first pitch high, 1-0 is the count. We have come to we've come to love Laney. The reason why I say that is because if we don't say that, we're legally required to say that per game. And if not, she will make us pay. As this one's going to be a flare out to center field, and he will camp underneath it for a 3-up, 3-down inning there in the top of the 6th. Indians will have the 8-9-1 batters coming to the plate. 4-4 is the score. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Pittman still on the heel here. As looks like Coach Collier is going to make a couple of changes to his lineup. Looks like McCray will be coming up to bat here for the Indians.
Yeah, originally, and I kind of held Adam up a little bit because I didn't know if he was looking up, but I originally saw Jarrett Morris swinging a bat, and I thought, well, and of course, third base here, and I thought, well, Jarrett's going to come in, and so now Dre stepped up. So I was trying to, didn't know if Adam saw it, I was going to hold him up there. But
there's a slight difference between McCray and Morris. McCray a little bit bigger than he is.
Bucky, and if we can get one of those shots that we had the first game, like we had in the first game from McCray, this will break that tie. And I'm sure that's what Coach Collier would love and is hoping to have here in this at bat as he takes strike one.
Yeah, ball slipped in the back door there for strike one. This is still Pittman on the hill. He has thrown 92 pitches, 64 of those for strikes.
One around.
And he said he did go 0-2 now is the count. So no balls, 2 strikes, no outs. McCray starting us off here in the bottom of the 6th. Good eye on that one. 1-2 now is the count. Not a bad spot to miss after getting ahead in the count quickly, 0-2. So 1-2 now is the count. And that one missing low and outside. 2-2 now, the count here to McCray.
Yeah, good take right there by McCray where he took ball 2, so runs the count back to even.
And he's going to foul this one off to keep the at-bat alive here. 2-2 will stay the count. So it looks like McCray, Lee scheduled up. Don't know who's in the hole. It should be Treadaway as we'll flip it back to the top part of the lineup. 2-2 pitch. That one outside, gets away. Nobody on base to do any damage there. The count now goes full to Dre.
Yeah, good job there by Dre again to run the count back to full. And so ICC'd love to have this leadoff runner on base here again going into the top of the 7th with a 1 or 2 run lead.
This pitch foul back and out of play will stay at 3-2. Well, the good thing here for Co-Lin, don't know what they've got ahead of them, but you're getting a solid outing today by Pittman, not having to go deep in your bullpen. And
nope.
He didn't. What?
Did he count?
He didn't. Was that his strike call?
I hadn't seen that all day, and we're in the bottom of the 6th.
He came up, put both hands in the air as if it was a walk, and
I thought it was. I mean, from the way he was responding.
Yeah, I'm not going by the. Usually, if you call strike 3, you're going to see, a motion like a, a punch out, or even that. I would have taken that just to point to the side, but he come up and raised his hands in the air and waved them like he didn't care.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I mean, Jackson Lee. That fouls off, strike 2, goes out in the parking lot there. So he is up to bat. This is only his second at bat of the day. He did bat earlier, struck out, but reached on an error from the catcher throwing down the first.
That last strikeout was the 8th of the game for Pittman. As that pitch missing 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on here. That pitch missing outside, 2-2 now goes the count.
Yeah, good pitch right there by Pittman. Placed it out there all afternoon, but good take there by Lee.
So the 2-2 pitch coming. Lee fouls this one back, and we'll sit at 2-2 once again with 1 out here.
And brings more baseballs out.
We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-4 is the score here between ICC and Co-Lin. Indians would love to go ahead and push across a run in this situation as that pitch missing outside. 3-2 now is the count. And we'll have to wait a second. He's going to call that ball 4.
Well, it's a similar thing he did when Dre struck out, but the only thing he didn't do there was
raise his hands up.
Yeah.
Because we're saying that, folks. We're not trying to be, homers or anything. It says that he literally raised his hands up as if he's calling time.
Mm-hmm.
You see a home plate umpire raise them up the way he did. That's typically what they do.
Anyway, Walt got a runner on base here with 1 out and back to the top of the lineup with Jude Treadaway, as that's a breaking pitch that comes in there, and Treadaway fouls that one off for strike 1.
Went back trying to figure out just to see. It looks like Co-Lin has left 3 runners on in scoring position out of the 4 that they left on the bags. So 0-1 is the count here to Treadaway. Rips this one deep center field. Center fielder's going to be able to run back and camp underneath it for the out.
Yeah, I had solid bat on that ball right there, but it's just driven right back at the center field, dead center. And, had that been a gapper or anything, you'd see a different story right there and a different turnout. But right at the center fielder, and good job. They made the catch there for the second out of the inning.
So with 2 outs now, this is going to be Settlemyers to the plate. He's going to simply just roll this one right back to the pitcher. Underhand toss, and the Indians go quiet there in the bottom of the 6th inning, 1-3 on the putout. We'll take a break and be back with the 7th. 4-4 is your score. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents, not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a skilled swordsman, a master chef.
Needs more lavender.
A wonder at word games.
2 tries, every time.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Welcome back as we head now to the top of the 7th inning. 4-4 is your score. A couple of really tight ball games today. Co-Lin won the first one of the day, 4-3. ICC, they need to bounce back and get the split here if they want to try to keep their hopes for the postseason push alive. Co-Lin also on that bubble on the outside looking in. So with the push, really ICC is not making any ground up on Co-Lin. As Co-Lin was a game out of that final spot for the playoffs today, ICC was 2 out.
Well, I got to give you a little shout out here. I mean,
right.
That's it's overdue, and I apologize, but the Pirates won today. And in 11 innings, they beat the Orioles, and the Pirates are 7-2 on the year.
I'm telling you, man, we're going.
Is this the year?
We're 160-2 is what we're doing this year. This is the year. Mark it down, folks.
The Pittsburgh Pirates, according to Adam Gore, will win the World Series this year.
With a record of 160-2 in the regular season.
160-2. That
not
could end
another
tomorrow, but we'll see.
Nope. So this is going to be Jones starting us off here. Swings on the first pitch he sees, pops it up. Collier's going to give chase, but it's going to get out of play for strike one. No, I'm not going to get my hopes up because my Pirates do what they always do. They play well. The All-Star break comes, and they completely forget how to play baseball.
Well, you never know. Like I say, this is a good start for them, 7-2. Good to see that. And the Orioles, who were supposed to be a good team this year, who's potentially a World Series team. So I think they've taken 2 from them. So as far as that one's fouled off out into the parking lot there. So Pirates are on a roll right now. I don't know the 2 teams that beat them, but again, 7-2.
Washington beat us, and I think the Orioles may be the other one. So 0-2 now is the count. Bourdon's pitch, a breaking pitch that hangs up for a ball. 1-2 now is the count. We were talking about this between the break. An impressive day today. Pittman has thrown 109 pitches. Be interested to see if they try to go the distance with him in the bottom half of the inning. 1-2 pitch coming. This one fouled off out of play, and we'll stay at 1-2.
Yeah, good at bat here by Jones. Battling up there at the plate with a 1-2 count. Of course, you got your 2, 3, 4 hitters up here. This is who you want at the plate if you're Co-Lin here in the top of the 7th to try to put a run on the board and put the pressure on the Indians going in the bottom of the 7th.
So waiting the 1-2 offering here for Bourdon. And it's in the dirt. 2-2 now is the count.
Yeah, good eye there by Jones. Again, just taking, again, watching the pitches here, not being over anxious here, trying to put one in play. knowing that base runners are vital and they'll take them any way that they can get them at this point.
So waiting the 2-2 pitch. Grounder.
Got it.
And it's going to get through for a base hit. Clutch hit there to start the inning by Jones, his second hit of game 2. And the leadoff runner is on here for the Wolves.
Yeah, no outs and the runner's on. And then, of course, now, like we said, that's bringing up your 3-4 behind, 3-4 hitters behind him.
And looks like we have a quick trip to the mound here to kind of talk things over. With that, let's hear from Guaranteed Bank and be back with more right after this.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
I'm Lenny Howell, your 2024 ICC Most Beautiful, and you're watching the ICC Sports Network.
Hurry up and try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. They're 4 fun-sized puffs packed with cheese, pepperoni, and sauce at only $3.99.
We need to go try these new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs right now.
Stuffed on it! Try new Little Caesars Crazy Puffs for only $3.99.
Pizza.
Welcome back, as they gave him a lot of time to talk there. Typically, we're able to get our quick promos, which are a total of about 20 to 30 seconds for all three of them to run, but it was nearly a full minute that they gave them to conversate out there. So no outs, runner at first, 4-4 contest here, and we're at the top of the 7th. Game 2 between ICC and Co-Lin.
ICC expecting a bunt here, move that runner over. Of course, I will say this, Bourdon does have a good move over to first. We've seen him, I know, 2 or 3 times this year pick someone off over there at first. So, Co-Lin, you got to be aware of that over there too at first, because you do have that runner at first. But they do square the bunt, lays down a nice bunt.
He thought about going to second, but underhand zips it over to first in time, and that will be a sacrifice bunt brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation, reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC Wesley Foundation. They meet Tuesday nights at 7. They're located right across the street from the Davis Event Center.
So job done there by Combe, and what they needed. Now you got 1 out and runner at second, and going to bring up your cleanup hitter here with J.D. Weed.
Weed on the afternoon is 1 for 3 with a single, a strikeout. He did reach on the fielder's choice. And just all kind of confused on that pitch, as see him shaking his head afterwards, upset with himself on that one. 0-1 is the count.
Yeah, it's kind of another one where you need to break the pitching wedge out to try to hit it. It was in the dirt and that kind of low. I mean, I don't know. You just drop that bat down. But, again, good pitch by Bourdon to keep him off balance and keep him confused.
So 0-1 is the count with the runner at second. Grounder, and it's
going
going to get through, and they're going to test the arm.
They're going to try.
They are. The throw is not going to be in time. It's actually going to get away, and the runner, for some reason, did not advance to second.
Wow.
So a big-time break for the Indians that he didn't advance to second, but an RBI single there for Weed, and he did beat the throw in. And Co-Lin rolling the dice. We said it, they're very aggressive on the base paths when it comes to running and also the hit and runs, and it paid off for him there. 5-4 now. Co-Lin with the lead, and still only 1 out and a runner at first.
I do not understand why he did not try to go to second on that, because I mean, there again, that ball was back here at the backstop.
Yeah.
He couldn't have, because again, you'd put another runner at scoring position. Yeah, 1 run leads. All right, here he goes. He got him trying to steal, and that's going to get the out. So Bourdon, had he seen the ball go to the backstop, I'm telling you, that would have eliminated that. Co-Lin just caught in a bad situation right there, but they should have advanced on that throw in from left field that got to the backstop. Weed should have moved on up to second, was unable to do so. Now Bourdon got him, so now you got 2 outs on the inning with ball 1 here to Berry. But another thing I want to make point of too is that Jones coming in didn't even slide. Luckily, the throw was just a little off right there, Adam, or he'd have been tagged out. That one's popped sky high. That's going to be the third out.
Second baseman will make the play, but not before Co-Lin was able to score the run. So the Indians need 1 to tie it, 2 to win it as we'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got a good one brewing here. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for customer service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the 7th inning. ICC trailing Co-Lin 5-4 here in game 2. And it's going to be Stone Collier to lead us off here. He takes that first pitch for a strike. So it's Collier, Davis, and Rock scheduled up here.
Pittman's still in, too, by the way.
That one fouled off, and that should be the 111th pitch of the game for Pittman.
5 hits on the board right now for Etowamba, and Pittman throwing a gem right now. Got him.
Fouls it off, but held on to it, and that'll go for strike 3, 1 out. That was the 9th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Pittman. So now this will bring Davis to the plate. Indians need somebody on base. Any way you get on there, walk, hit by pitch, hit. Is that pitch in there for a strike?
Could get Ben to pull the trigger right there on that one, and so strike 1.
Looks at that one, missing outside, and 1-1 now is the count.
Again, Pittman thrown a heck of a game today thus far, and got a lot of movement on the ball, and just been tough on Etowamba.
That pitch up high, 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Davis at the plate. He was intentionally walked in his last at-bat. Breaking pitch, and that one slides in there for a strike. 2-2 now is the count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Go.
They're going to appeal, and he did not go. 3-2 now is the count. I agree with that one as well. You just appeal by default in that situation.
Yeah.
So now the count goes full here, 3-2 to Davis. Pops this one up. It's deep center field. Is it going to stay in the ballpark? It is, but it's going to be off the wall. And this will be a Davis. No, it's going to be a
triple.
Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi triple.
And they had trouble getting, of course, the ball hit off the wall in the right center, and it bounced way out, came back out onto the field. And the center fielder had trouble also kind of picking up the ball. You can see him out there kind of.
He hit that wall pretty hard out there, too.
And I don't know if they'll take a look at him or what, but his leg, I know he's kind of giving a little, walking on a little gingerly. And I know the home plate umpire said.
Yeah, he's going to send somebody out there to check on him.
Somebody out there to check on him. But he hit the wall hard, but that ball bounced so far out, back out in the center field, and then it kind of grabbed the ball, if you want to call it, and it just kind of bobbled it in a sense. Not bad, not to where it was really an error, but that gave Ben an opportunity to leg out that triple.
And Rick, he was slinging that arm pretty hard whenever he was halfway between second and third, then it's elected to kind of just hold him up over there at third base. Well, that was a clutch triple there, the third extra base hit of the game for the Indians now. So now they've got the tying run over at third. They are going to check out the player in center field. Let's take the break with them and be back with more right after this.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Welcome back. Good to see that the center fielder able to stay out there for Co-Lin, as now to be Bo Rock coming to the plate.
Tucker Jones, what an effort out there in center for them to go after that well-hit ball by Ben. They're going to make a pitching change here, and I don't blame them. But what an effort out there by Tucker Jones. Luckily, he seems to be okay and going to stay in the game. And I want to mention one thing, too. I know you'd mentioned earlier about now the fans can go online and look at the renovation project that for the baseball field, and it is again a multi-phase potential project that could happen, but definitely phase one will start this summer. Much needed upgrades to Roy Crescent Field, and want to thank I tell you, Dr. Allen and his leadership. That's what's able to provide these opportunities for our facilities to get the upgrades that they need, and to keep athletics at a high level at Etowamba. You know, the softball tennis complex is on the verge of being finished out there, and be a locker room for each, and grandstands, and a great covered area, and a new press box area for fans and for sports information. And so great things going on there. And then, of course, now starting what we need here at the baseball field, and with that multi-phase approach. And a lot of things happened, and that's where Dr. Allen puts a lot of emphasis on student athletes, not just student athletes, but the activities. It could be band, it could be fine arts, which I know fine arts is also going under renovations.
They've gone under recent renovations. Student activities, currently under renovations.
Monroe Hall
is
going to be made a single occupancy dorm that will open in the fall. Hopefully student activities will. And then the addition that we will hopefully have here in a couple of years of Chick-fil-A.
Yep, that's coming up.
Down the road. A lot of good things under Dr. Allen's leadership.
To prove the Chick-fil-A thing worked, I've got a buddy whose daughter's in the 8th grade now. She called me once she found out. And by the way, she called me from school, so word got around in a hurry. And I may have just told on her. Hopefully her mom and dad aren't watching right now, but she said, "Gore, don't tell, but I need you to get me in the dorm across from Chick-fil-A." So obviously it's paid off on that move.
Well, it's great for the college, and great, again, good things. Dr. Allen has a great vision. And
there's other things that have gone on as well, like roof renovations, things that you don't see. What's the building across from TIS behind us, the Tech Ed?
Tech Ed building
currently going through renovations.
Renovation project there. Sheffield Hall this summer will also go under a renovation on the first half. That's under Dr. Allen and Caitlin Stanfield there, where they'll be renovating rooms, adding furniture. The whole lobby area is going to get a new look, and then the back half will go over next summer. So a lot of good things. Co-Lin, we'll get back here. Yeah. Co-Lin brings the infield in here with one out. Bo Rock up at the plate, but got the infield in to keep they don't want the run to score, obviously, the tying run there at third, which is Ben Davis.
This is Caleb Flynn, who has come in to pitch that guaranteed bank call to the bullpen. As that pitch clips the outer edge for a strike, 1-1 now is the count.
Got a lefty on lefty here. Flynn is a left-handed pitcher there for Co-Lin, and Bo Rock up at the plate. And I'm trying to look up here on Flynn to see what I can pull up here on numbers. As
we'll wait the 1-1 pitch here with one out and the tying run at third. That pitch drifts outside. 2-1 now is the count.
Got 9 appearances on the year. He does have 0 wins, 1 loss, 17 1/3 innings pitched, 30 hits given up on 22 runs, 4 walks, 17 Ks on the year.
Rock dribbles that one to the right side, and they're going to look the runner back to third, and Rock's just going to stand there and make him step on the bag, and now there's 2 outs.
Well, rightfully so. You know, I get it. And Bo was going to stand there and try to make him make the play and see if Ben was kind of moving on down the line there, possibly extend the play if Ben was moving down the line, which Ben wasn't at that time. He'd already gone back to third. So now that brings up 2 outs.
And this is going to be Brock Ware coming to the plate here. So Brock, the final opportunity here for the Indians. Listen to that pitch. It's in there for a strike.
He coming in for Ty Wicker.
So the Indians down to their final out, trailing 5-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. Trying to push across this tying run at third. Oh, that pitch clips the outside edge for a strike. 0-2 now is the count.
Again, lefty on lefty here. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Co-Lin 5-4 lead here at bottom of the top of the bottom of the 7th.
And called it strike 3. Oh my goodness. That pitch was up and out of the zone, and Co-Lin gets a gift there on the final out of the game. That one wouldn't have been a strike if he was 6-4. But either way it goes, Co-Lin gets the 5-4 win to get the sweep over the Indians. That was a tough one. We'll take a break and be back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as your final score in this one, 5-4. Indians fall on that very questionable strike 3 call there to Brock Ware. Brad, your thoughts here on game 2?
Great pitching performance. You saw Ben Davis come in. Glad to see him coming back and on the mound and put together a good pitching performance. And then, of course, a great pitching performance by Pittman there from Co-Lin. Again, errors on the board for both teams, and ICC unable to get together and pull together the big hits. The plate right now, I mean, in these games is where they're getting hurt at them, and they're not able to put together situational hits here to where when they need them. They're getting a hit, maybe in getting we had a no-out hit, or leadoff runners getting on, whatever have you not, getting on with no outs. They just can't get the good hit. Now, yes, they did drive some runs in that we've talked about today, but, it was due to, for instance, the ones I can think of where you had a left-handed batter up and we hit the ball to second. Well, they could have turned a double play, and easily Co-Lin could have flipped the double play had it been hit at the right angle to the second baseman. The second baseman had to go to his left, and there was only one play. Well, that got the run in. It was an RBI. Yes, you take it as you get it in baseball. Not going to say you don't. It's not like you turn those runs off and say, nah, we don't want them. You do take them because hopefully it's going to build some confidence and hopefully produce some other types of things and some more hits. That's what it's not doing for ICC. They're getting those little runs in like that, but they're not producing and getting hits when they need them. And again, please don't take anything away from Co-Lin because Co-Lin came in today, did their job, especially on the mound. Yeah. And again, Connor Pittman, shake that man's hand, put together a fine performance today on the mound, and kept Etowamba to where they did get swept again. And this hurts, Adam. This is back-to-back series now, conference series, where the Indians are looking at being swept and not winning a game, not pulling a game out of it. It's going to hurt obviously in the standings. We'll see how things shake out. You never know. Baseball is it's
a
kind
funny
of
game.
It's a funny game. It's kind of like softball. Both of them, you can get hot at the right time. Some teams may get cold and cool off, and you may can battle your way back in. All you want is to get in the dance, as they call it.
Get the chance.
Get the chance to get in, and then get the postseason play. But I will say right now, ICC's got a tough hill to climb up to get in, and I know Coach Collier and his team knows it. They can't focus on that. They got to go back and play ball. They got Tuesday. They got a tough matchup. They got to go down to Scuba.
Yep.
I know you'll cover that in a minute. They got to go to Scuba if weather permitting, and play ball down there. So they got to turn around and do it again.
So Co-Lin scores 5 runs on 8 hits. They avoid just disaster after committing 4 errors on the night. ICC 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error as well. Of the 7 runners left stranded on the bag, 6 of those in scoring position, 4 of those 6 on third base. So including the game-tying run there in the bottom of the 7th, as that's going to do it. Co-Lin improves to 19-21 overall, 7-9 in conference play. ICC falls to 12-22, 4-12 in conference play. And as we mentioned, ICC will be back in action scheduled for Tuesday, weather pending, as they'll head to East Mississippi. The thing about it is, we said the Indians still have destiny in their hands. Today coming in, it was Co-Lin, Hines, and Delta, a game out behind Southwest. And for that number 9 spot, ICC was 2. Of course, we'll have to see how the rest of the league played out today. But for ICC, they still have to play Hines. They still have to play Delta. So that can be some games that they can make up some ground. If they can get some help, it's not impossible. But you got to start picking up some wins somewhere. It's going to start becoming highly improbable to make that run to the playoffs. And that's some place that Rick Collier has not missed very often in his 22 years here at ICC.
Now, you'll get to a point where you eliminate yourself. You take yourself out. And, Coach Collier and his baseball teams are normally used to, playing in the postseason and taking his season on into May. And right now, the way things are going, it's not looking at the most positive side in heading in that direction. It's not over with. We're not counted out. They've got to find a little fire in their gut. Well, as we said, this is the main thing. And I don't know what happened, and you've said it. Game 1. They came out first inning, second inning, whatever. They had that fire. It would look like a different team, and we were thinking today's going to be a different day. They had that enthusiasm, that confidence that we felt like that they had, and then it's just like the fire just kind of simmered down, and then it stayed that way the rest of the day. Don't know what happened.
Yeah, well, the Indians will look to rebound Tuesday as they head to East Mississippi after dropping Game 1 by the final score of 4-3, and Game 2 5-4 here to Co-Lin. So, for Cal Brown, Raphael Henry, the good Dr. Brad Boggs, I'm Adam Gore saying so long from Fulton. We'll see you, well, we don't know because it all depends on the weather. We are scheduled our next broadcast to be Tuesday, East Mississippi softball here in Fulton. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And as always, Roll Tribe.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
What's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.